Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a hopefully Blackjack RNG hell-free experience. What happened? Going the right way? I might not be. Oh god, I think I'm backtracking. Oh god damn it. Oh yeah, no, of course what's going to happen is those companies are going to get bailouts. Not companies that need bailouts, like the farming industry. No, no, no. It's going to go to AI companies. Because they lost money on a gamble. See, this is the Darth Vader voice argument all over again, is what this boils down to. This is... I don't have a map. This has got to be it. There's no other place to go. See, he signed away his life, his voice to AI. Cool, that sucks. So now we can get Darth Vader LLMs legally. But the thing is, it can be argued that shouldn't be legal. And this is actually something that is being debated in courtrooms across the world right now. It's the you can't voluntarily sign yourself up for slavery argument, put very simply. Because slavery is illegal at a higher level than the civil level, right? Because so there's civil, corporate, regional, which is usually like city, state, etc., and then federal. There's also technically international above all that, but that's much, much vaguer. Point is, if anything's illegal further up the chain, it doesn't matter if you do things legally further down the chain, because the higher up the chain takes priority. Make sense? So, right now, it is being argued that you can't sign away your likeness or whatever, or use it on a dead person in order to do something like this. Who knows how that'll go? And of course, that'll vary from country to country and state to state and blah, 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 blah. Apparently I'm not done with this place. Perfect. How you feeling about it? I do apologize for being late. I am definitely fighting off something. I woke up like 4 or 5 times last night. Not like vomity, but just vaguely, idly nauseous, if that makes any sense. Like just kind of, And it took me a bit to get back down again, and then repeat that a few times. Okay, so we've already been here. Where the hell am I? Okay, I've definitely come through this way. So let's like try and do this. Like, okay, we're pretending we're going through here for the first time. Killing the status effect spiders. Okay. We'll go this way. This leads us here.
Justice must...
So that leads us here. So this was the right way to go. It has to be. Literally has to be. So let's just keep going. Okay, so let's ignore slavery because you're misunderstanding me, Loner. So let's actually use something that has actually been used and tried and true in courts, okay? So let's say you and I sit down and I'm saying, all right, Loner, I want you to chop off my arm. What's a good night's sleep? And you're like, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. And we make a legal document, you know, we sign it, everything's cool. Everything's above board, and I you know, we have a witness and a notary, and it's okay. I'm allowing you to chop off my arm. You're still a criminal for aggravated assault, because the legality of you assaulting me supersedes the legality of me allowing you. Make sense? That's all that is. Now, first of all, fuck AI. Let me just get that out of the way. But second and more importantly, the point is that what's being argued right now is that higher level of legality, which does not exist right now because there functionally is no legality to govern AI. Not really.
For the sake of...
So as of the moment, there is no higher supersedent. Make sense? Now, if there thus becomes one, if someone actually does manage to produce a legality of that, either at the state level or the federal level in one country or the other, then yeah, that argument will now then be able to be valid. But at the moment, there is no argument to be had because there is no legality about it, period. Make sense?
Justice
So apparently I have no tolerance for anything today because I'm already losing my temper.
For the sake of...
I must be really tired. I'm also doing this stupid dungeon. Where am I going? Is this the way forward? Okay. We found the way forward. God damn this stupid freaking game. Ugh. Alright, give me the boss fight. Make it good. Because most of your boss fights have actually been good, game. And yeah, the music industry has its own issues. Hi, Peepy Good Fate. Of course it's Evil Spider. What else would it be? This is just the dungeon from hell. The three gluttonous Arachne sisters. They weave nightmares and consume souls of those who wander into their labyrinth. Okay. Oh, this sucks. That's true. We don't have to recast anyone. We don't have to spend money on someone. I should say again, because there's actually plenty of people who are not James Earl Jones who have voiced Darth Vader over the years, usually in the video games. Now they can just use an AI bot to do it.
Goddess.
Just stop making the world a worse place for 5 seconds. 5 seconds, Disney. That's all I'm asking. No? Okay. Too much to ask. I know. How dare I? I wonder how many times Disney has showed up on Amnesty International.
This is bad.
Damn. There you go. I was idly curious this morning. Nintendo is not in Amnesty International. They've never hit their radar. That's a good thing, for those of you not aware of how that works. Sony cannot claim that. It's just really terrible. Would you stop petrifying me for 5 seconds? Oh my god.
We're good to go.
I haven't checked push-ups. I literally don't know. It was just an idle thought.
Right.
Okay. So let's try it. Dealing with these friggin' things. You know, while we're here, I kind of want you to just die.
Want to see what I got?
Hmm. Of course. Could you not for 5 seconds? I really like their petrify. No, Zactef, I have no idea how that's related to the Boer Wars, obviously. Never forget. Oh, you asshole. Okay. Whatever. You've got to be kidding me. Ugh. This is great, Bladeville. As you can see, I am clearly enjoying this activity. No, they're not actually bothering me. They're close, actually. Closer than usual in video games, but not fully.
Strike is one!
Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be another one after this. Let's heal. Tell what I was targeting there. I assume I was targeting the right person. Okay, I was. But... Oh, now you're doing an AoE petrify. Oh, that's so great that that's a thing. Honestly, the doors throw everything off, Blade 12. I would beat this game first shift if not for the doors. Put it to you that way. Sure, here's the plot until now. So we're stuck in some weird pocket dimension. Round 3 look like? Oh, we're done. Okay. I was gonna say. That was fun. That must have been Zigma, the Three Sisters' mother. And even she was not able to stop us. That's new. I think this one's different. The other one's had a strange sense of warmth. Not so for this one. Is it because it has something bad in it? No. It has a cool divine feel to it. And might contain the goddess herself! Behold, I am definitely not Love. The priest is still unconscious, I see. What a shame. I was rather surprised to find out he can only use his stigma's powers against heretics. Even the power of that magnitude is meaningless if it's so limited and has such repercussions. I almost pity him. To tell you the truth, I wasn't expecting you to reach this point so quickly. Dude, it's been like 3 days! Your final piece is inordinately capable. You mean Ren? Thanks to her, I ended up having to make my appearance sooner than I was expecting. So he used his superpower and passed out from using it. Super summary. I guess that's true. Hang on. Sorry, Lord Herma. There's actually 2 plot points. So, we're lost in some weird pocket dimension, and Kevin has superpowers he's been keeping hidden, which made him pass out. There you go. There's our 2 plot points so far. I should have assumed no less from the host of Grancel's finest tea party. I didn't know about that. Regardless, I came to fulfill a duty, and fulfill I shall. Think of that stone as a gift for gathering all the pieces scattered throughout Phantasma. It contains not an additional piece, but a rule book of sorts you may find beneficial. That explains why it feels so different. You just... Well, that time comes, and not is up to you. On the next game board, all you'll find yourselves face-to-face with a number of trials. Man, I love trials. Is any of them blackjack? A variety of shapes and sizes. I will be one of them. I eagerly anticipate seeing whether you're able to overcome them all and make it to me. Don't disappoint me now. It's almost as if he can't help but try to taunt us. He says just long enough to say something cryptic and leaves. I just love those types. No, we got nothing but cryptic teasers. So let's go seal the stone. Okay, I don't even have a chance to go forward. Morning act. Chloe, something wrong? The light radiant feels nostalgic. That comes as no surprise, for I am the dread Lord Death Darkulus, endless leader of the Turbo Death Abyss. I have no idea who that is. Seriously, these sprites, I can't tell who that is. I'm glad I can finally communicate with you like this. I wonder how many hundreds of years it's been since I was last able to hold a true conversation. Your Highness? Wait. You aren't... Are you? Wait, really? It's, God, Celeste, I think was her name? It's a pleasure to have the chance to finally meet one of my own descendants. Allow me to extend a hand of welcome to all visitors to my garden. My name is Celeste. Celeste D. Osleys. Are you dead? Asking for a friend. He's got an interest in the dead, you see. It's a hobby. You know how it is with kids. You've reached the Emerald City Church. How may I help you? Was that you, Kevin? Didn't think you'd already be there, so I was just going to leave a message with the priest. Hey, Rufina. Yeah, I got here late this morning. How about you? When do you think you'll be getting here? I'm going to be a little late, I'm afraid. There's been an accident or something, so the train's been delayed. I probably won't be getting there until this evening now. Gotcha. I'll wait here till you arrive. I think Reese and the kids would get all bent out of shape if I showed up without you. Oh, please. I'm sure you're just exaggerating. Although, speaking of Reese, I hope you've been thinking about how you're going to cheer her up. I got it all planned out. I've been stocking up on souvenirs from every mission I've been going on. Should be enough to snap her out of her funk. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Girls her age are more complex than you think. Yeah, I guess she's not really a kid anymore now that she's 13. I'm gonna read that sentence out loud one more time. I guess she's not really a kid anymore now that she's 13. That's about how old you were when we first met, right? Now that you mentioned it, it was. How time flies. Sorry, look at the train's about to ready to leave. I'm gonna have to go. See you later. If you're bored of waiting, you're welcome to go home without me. Man, how time flies is right. Have I really not been home in 2 years? I guess it makes 9 since I met Rufina. Hope Reese isn't too grumpy when we get there. Something bad happened? Just received word that someone spotted a group of men dressed in all black at the edge of town. They're supposedly heading for the mountain path. You don't think... They were Astor House must be the target, I fear. You have any idea what could be going on? Which I did. I doubt it's anything to do with the Growls River, at least. I think I should go check it out, just in case. Oh, do you know when Rufina's going to be arriving? This evening, by the sound of it. She said her train's been delayed. When she arrives, let her know what... Damn it, Jaegers? Seems like there's anywhere between 5 and 10 of them. What do they want with a gospel facility to begin with? The more they're allowed to be in there, the more danger the kids are in. I'm going to have to try and handle this alone. Time to put my combat skills to good use. And then he brutally murdered all of them. The end. Celeste? Wasn't that the name of that awesome 2D side-scroller that, you know, people love? Nobody can beat. Sorry, according to those, she was the de facto leader of the group of ancients who sealed away the Oriole. She was the founder of Liberal's current royal family. Let's see the information I left behind and approve use on the subway. Oh, God. Ah. So you're really the founder of Liberal's royal family? Not technically. I'm not the real Celeste D. Osleys. Think of me as something as a shadow. Yes, I understand what a mind fork is, game. Thank you. I am a partial copy of her personality, created in order to influence Phantasma from within. Yeah, she's literally a computer duplicated. Mind fork. She's a computer fork. That's what she is. I can only be a partial copy. The truth behind you is apparently more complicated than we thought. You don't appear to be a spirit, though. I see that now. That's correct. Before I try to explain what I am, I should probably tell you more about the world we're in. You can do that? This should be interesting. Only one thing to do then, Lord Aramont. As you know, the land in which you stand is called Phantasma. It is a world belonging to a higher plane of existence created thousands of years ago by the Oriole. Its purpose was to act as a subsystem for the Oriole in order to incorporate and process the will of Liber Arcs and Populace. One might call it a self-organized world designed to create countless possible others as necessary. Pardon? You've lost me. Isn't there a simpler way to explain this? That makes perfect sense, though. It's a generative... No. It's a freaking holodeck. Well, not technically correct. Maybe you could think of it this way. It's like a fictitious realm created by the Oriole to fulfill humanity's every wish and desire. What exactly qualifies Phantasma as fictitious? I can't help think of it as far too real to be a land of pure fantasy. When I say fictitious, I don't mean to suggest it's a complete lie. It's more like a shadow or shadowgraph or kaleidoscope. It has its own laws. It can change to reflect countless possibilities. Does this make the concept any easier for you to understand? Somewhat, yes. Suddenly the name Phantasma seems that much more important. Inappropriate. As I stated previously, it was a subsystem of the Oriole rather than being the Oriole itself, and it helped to grant people's desires. They were separate entities, but effectively like two sides of the same coin. The relationship caught our eyes. We were devising the sealing mechanism. You mean the Okay, I want to read that back up. Its existence caught our attention as we were creating the sealing mechanism. You mean the mechanism used to seal it away? Yes. Chloe, yes. That's what we're referencing. At first, we thought our plan would be impossible to execute. After all, the Oriole had absolute control over space itself. Was able to influence mankind's every action. Even after coming up with, upon the idea of temporarily freezing and imprisoning it with a gravity barrier, we had no way to implement our plans. Without that, they were just ideas with no real meaning. We were effectively at a total loss. You had discovered your foe's weakness, but had no way to take advantage of it. This was a quite frustrating predicament. Indeed, yet our perseverance rewarded us with the development of something that would take advantage of it. The Recluse Cube. We just needed to find every antisocial person in the country. Is that what this is known as, then? Yes, that's the only object in existence able to interact with Phantasma without relying on the Oriole as an intermediary. Celeste used that to create a partial copy of her personality, me, inside Phantasma. Once inside, I began working to sabotage Phantasma functionality by using the garden as my base of operations. As a result of my efforts, the Oriole's processing ability was hindered, just long enough for the plan to be executed. He who catches his foe off guard wins the battle. Same principle applies in martial arts, too. Seems you really put a lot of thought into planning everything. Maybe, but I can't deny that luck played a part in the end. Once the Oriole was sealed away, my work was done, and I fell into sleep. The reason being that if the Oriole was ever unsealed, I might be able to provide assistance to the people of that time. I'm pleased you were able to handle it without my help, however. Luck's played a huge part for us, too, though. And Weissman being a dick. We're not even sure where the Oriole is. As far as we're aware, it disappeared during all that happened with the Libra arc. I thought as much. I was able to confirm its disappearance from within Phantasma, too. When I did so, I thought my purpose for existing was finally over. All that was left for me in this land was to embrace a slow, peaceful destruction. That was not to be. Soon the Lord of Phantasma appeared. So that's when it happened. Quite a recent development, I see. The Lord of Phantasma appeared out of nowhere, stealing all my power before I was even aware of what happened. After doing so, they began to remake Phantasma in accordance to their own designs. Both this world's current structure and the planes that make it up were all the Lord of Phantasma's creations. Looks like your theory was correct, Ren. Still, that makes it sound like, yeah, you don't know who the masked bastard is either, then. I'm afraid not. Their every action thus far has been a mystery. Ordinarily, they should not have been able to gain access to the world in the first place. I'm afraid I have no idea what they're trying to achieve by bringing all of you in here and testing you. That's a shame. Yeah, that's the part I wanted to know most of all. I only wish I could be of more help. The only other thing I could say about them is I suspect the Lord of Phantasma is currently in the 7th plane. We're about to enter the 6th for reference. That was the first plane they created after appearing in this world. What kind of place that plane is, I don't know. But I can sense dark inhuman thoughts from there. And they're spreading out across the whole of Phantasma. That doesn't sound good. We'll be seeing them after the next one, won't we? Yeah, we just finished the 5th when we came back here. Presuming they're waiting for us on the 7th, the time to fight them head-on may not be that far off. It's getting tired of waiting. As was I. It seems the end is finally in sight. 3 days later. Ah. Hello, Kevin. Good to see you again, Father. You too. Wasn't expecting you of all people to get an invitation here. Or you, little lady. Sure you weren't. I've got something I want to ask you, but I suppose I can wait till later. For sure. Are you sure you're feeling alright? Ah, right as rain. I'm feeling great. All that sleep must have done me a lot of good. See, you guys made a whole lot of progress while I was out cold, too. Hey, I'm Kevin Graham. Maybe I don't need to introduce myself since you know a thing or two about everyone who's come in here so far. True, I was able to tell what was happening at the Libra Arc from the garden. And of all people here, you're the one closest to the truth of what's happening here. Am I wrong? No, I don't think you are. Can't pretend to be that much of an expert on what Phantasm itself is, but I got a pretty good idea who's responsible for all this. I don't think a one-person twisted enough to put us through all we've been through. Wait, is it someone you know? You can say that, yeah. Short version is they're a real piece of work. Cunning, arrogant, cold-hearted son of a bitch who doesn't even see people as people. That about sums up who we're dealing with. It's like a real awful guy. Who, might I ask, is you're talking about? Would you be willing to wait a bit? It's him. It's him. He's referring to himself. Would you be willing to wait a little bit longer for the answer to that one? Pretty sure I'm right, but I'm missing one last thing to let me be completely certain. I think... Also, yeah, in this setting, that doesn't narrow it down all that much. So we'll find our answer on the 6th plane. Yep, 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 okay, sure, yep, 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 Okay, so... While you're advancing through the 6th plane, I'll do all I can to find out more about the 7th. Proceeding to my support, I'll be happy to provide it through the cube and the monuments. Now that I mention it, we haven't really thanked you for all the help you've given us, have we? Thanks. Couldn't do it without you. Think nothing of it. I am but a shadow, placed here with a duty to fulfill. End program. End of line. Don't make a promise not to put yourself in danger or not to do it. And don't do anything that would make Rufina sad. Oh, you know how to hit a guy where it hurts, don't you? I promise. Okay, so... I mean, this isn't the end of the world, but we need specific people to do these upcoming sections. So we're going to want Chloe, Richard,
An adequate performance.
Annalise, and Joshua. So we'll do Annalise first.
Roger.
We're stuck with Kevin. Oh, that sounds awful. Like, without even clarifying, that just sounds awful. Hey, Act. Wait, you were already here. Lying to me. I knew it. Ugh. But thank you for the sub very much. Oh, what is Nine Souls, anyways? Like, what genre is it? Metroidvania. Got it. Souls, D&D, and Silksong. Ah, okay. Where's the friggin' game? There's the game. I got a lot of windows up right now. Very little money. I don't know how bad these trials are going to be, so we're going to try and get some... With what tiny amounts of money I have. these do not sell for much. Yeah, like 3 or 4 days ago, Hazardous. Sorry. Not news to me, is what I mean. I'm well aware of the fact. And have already figured out all of the EA games we haven't streamed, so we can do those before they potentially go away or get worse. Do they not sell? Oh, they don't. Oh, that's interesting. Nothing good, Act. Nothing good. Never is. Oh, whatever. Let's at least buy one Phoenix Down, because that's all I can afford! Oh my god! Okay, do I at least have orbs on these people? Okay. Kevin, you sure you're alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. So this is around the pond. The scenic route near the Liberian royal family's villa. A little more dangerous than scenic this time. No. This is going to be a walk in the park. Literally, I suppose. What is that? Don't you have better things to do? You have no idea. There's so many other things I could be doing right now. Isn't this the part where you give me something decent Isn't this the part where you give me something in exchange? You know, like a decent human being. I could make a joke about that, but I'm not going to. No, nothing that's on sale right now is anywhere close to being funded. Which is pretty much the thing that determines whether or not I spend money on Steam sales. I think I don't already own. Alright, fine. Doom Eternal is enjoyable if you play it in bite-sized chunks, because they don't know what pacing is. But otherwise, it's a good game. It is a very tiring and taxing game because of its bad pacing, but it's still good. Yeah, literally, do a stage and then put it down for a bit. That's a good way to put that. Here lies the monochrome schoolhouse. Place your hand on this monument. The white wings among your number. Doom 4 is actually a pretty solid game until it gets boring. Ironically, for a game so short, Doom 4 is too long. It's padded. I think it's the second trip to hell. Honestly, shouldn't even be there at all. But, yeah, much, much better paced overall. Actual flow between level design, exploration sections, story beats, and then, you know, intense combat. Also, arguably a much better story. No need to be alarmed, this is only a shadow of myself I created to talk to you here. Technically, I'm still in the garden. Now that I have some of my strength back, I've gained a few new tricks. So I'm going to explain this. You don't... This shouldn't bother me as much as it does. But granted, I'm not in a great mood to begin with, and this game has really been pissing me off. I want to be clear about this. She shows up to start talking to us. There's no need for any dialogue to explain that. She's done that the whole game, first of all, although in much more bits and pieces. And second of all, we just freed and released her earlier, so now she can do this more clearly. We can understand immediately, without any need for explanation. But instead she shows up and says, "This is the color purple. It looks purple. It is a mixture of blue and red. If you tried to mix red with blue, you would still she's just explaining the extremely blindingly, stupidly, dumbly obvious, like we're 3. God damn it. And now she's explaining that we need to use the monuments to proceed. It appears that this is a gate created by the Lord of Phantasma, which the monument itself just said. In order to activate, you need a certain member of your team with you, which the whole game has been doing. Now, do they work in some way to the door scattered on Phantasma? Yes! That's literally what you just said! In this case, the gate will only open if I'm on the front lines. It'd say so, yes. The other monuments in the area will like us. There's gates requiring different team members. Again! This is the 3rd time in one scene where you have repeated yourself. As it stands, none of the others are active. I'm presuming you need to travel to this gate and finish the area beyond it first. Okay. Should require my aid, I'll be in the garden. You haven't given me any aid! You've showed up and said, have you been breathing lately? Did you need to drink water? God, game. What is wrong with the creators of this game? Why do they feel the need? Honestly, all 3 games have this problem. Why do they feel the need to word vomit when it's not necessary at all? Here's the exact message you just saw, with no possibility to skip it. And keep in mind, you literally, mandatorily, had to see that cutscene, that text, in order to progress. Honestly, this is reaching Tales of Arise levels. This is insane. Okay, so the Royal Academy. Woo! The monochrome schoolhouse. I don't know, I'm thinking we got like 6 weeks left, Triaxia. This frickin' pace. That's weird, Maze. Why? I'm sorry, I'm lost for words. Why is that a thing? Do we need to kill these things? What are we doing here? You notice they didn't even tell me what I'm doing here. Of all the things they could tell me, they didn't tell me what my goal is. That guy respawn? Oh, there's... Oh, goody, there's a door. There's my favorite thing. Mirror comes, mirror goes. Sometimes lost at that time. Is that loss can be regained manyfold. Offer 50,000 mirror? I don't think I've had 50,000 mirror the entire game. I literally don't have that money. I have 297 mirror. Game. Oh, well, let's murder all these kids. Murder, murder, murder. Oh, man, it's been so many years since I've had Canada Dry at this point. I might, Moog? Okay, they respawn, so there's, like, no reason to be fighting these. So, like, why am I here? Did you know Trails in the Sky's Japanese name is Sora no Kiseki? The Japanese team has fully endorsed the English name to the point where it's used on the cover of Sora no Kiseki manga in Japan. All doors are mandatory, Zara. Relatively speaking. That's why I bothered with that blackjack door so much. It's because I knew that if I didn't do the blackjack door, then we would be out. We would not have done all the doors. Yeah, we'll head up a vendor later and see how much we can scour out for that. Receive 10,000 Mira. Okay. You know what? We're a fifth of the way there. Let's see around act. Oh my god, this freaking game. Like, I'm losing tolerance, you know? I put up with a lot here, game. And we even had a really awesome door yesterday. Like, a legitimately, no asterisks, awesome door. But the rest of this game is just driving me bonkers. We're out of ideas for messages, so take this treasure instead. Victim's memoirs. I ate my friend today. What else was I supposed to do? I was starving. We both were, and there's no food here. So we decided together that one of us should attempt to live just a little bit longer. What the hell, game? Yeah, the game's so terrifying to develop, they resorted to cannibalism. Oh, God, that was disorienting. So, like, That's all these buildings. Alright, what do you want me to do, game? To the walkthrough. What? Okay. Anybody want to guess what's required to progress? I haven't skipped any text relevant there, too, before you asked. So what do you think is required to progress through this section? Get 50,000 Mira. Good guess, but no. Blackjack. I hate you. Unequip yourself. Another good guess. Has nothing to do with anything. Takoida's on the right track here. There's no real logic or reason to it. It's actually even worse than that, though, because it's actually a two-step process. You see, there's a fail state here. Okay? You ready for this? Here's how this works out. So we're going to go in here. What was that? Oh, that's the way out. We're going to go up to the girls' dormitory. Okay, okay. So there's a dude in black. Okay. There's a door. There's a dude in red. And that's it? That can't be right. Well, whatever. So let's go over here. Should be another dude in black. Yeah, whatever. Let's kill the dude in black. Die, monsters. Behold, color has returned to the world.
Wow, that's
But if you defeat the red guys, it reverts your progress. You have to defeat the black guys without defeating the red guys. So you took like 5 minutes out of my life to explain stuff I already knew. But you couldn't say, like, kill the black guys and avoid the red guys? The Dark Knights carry with them the ink. The Red Knights spoil the ink. There you go, boom. There's some in-university kind of a way to explain that. By the way, before you ask, it's not like a Black Knight is +1, Red Knight is -1 situation. Red Knight just reverts. You just get reverted back to 0 immediately. So be cautious while roaming, because if we run into a Red Knight, yeah. Look at that guy. Well, you see push-ups, it's because the writers were having a binger one night, and oh my god, they got so drunk.
Not bad.
I just noticed these aren't giving me any money at all. Literally none. I don't know what Esha is, but yes, that's where we are right now. That's Esha. Oh, right, yes. Yes, that's where we are. And it's our job to bring color back to Esha. That's hard to do with my right thumb.
My.
And notice the red knights are still there, even after you colorize a place. You see that you're beginning off easy. Why do these have so much health and or defense, too? So good. I guess they're knights. Whatever. Also, given where they're placed, anyone else get the weird vibe that we're, like, murdering the students?
My.
Like, we don't see that they're the students, but that's just the vibe I get. We must kill all these knights in the places where all the students would be. Oh my god, they were the students all along. No, we've been killing the students. Right, that's just the vibe this gives. See, I'm gonna hoard toilet paper for the apocalypse. I will live like a king.
Alright,
I'm kidding, obviously. You're gonna hoard something. You hoard something useful. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, water purifiers is another good one. Potatoes is another one. I'm gonna hoard the potatoes for the apocalypse. Oh my god, yes! I can shower with toilet paper! Hi, Elizabeth. Good morning, Ross. Okay. Now dodge Mr. Red on the way out here. Yes, I did, Ross. I've actually done similar charts in the past for other shows. I usually do it at the end, which is why I haven't done it for MLP yet. Like, I did that for TOS. Let me tell you, that show bounces up and down like a frickin' yo-yo. Like, have you seen TOS's spreadsheet? Holy crap.
Alright, what's...
It does, Ross, which is sort of pathetic. It's still true. Okay, that's every building game. 10,000 Mira. 10,000 Mira. Alright. Up to 30. There he is. I mean, honestly, Balance of Terror only really makes one mistake. It's the sound in space thing. Like, I get that you're riffing off of a submarine thing. But that's a little bit too literal. Still a purple episode. It's telling that one of the most tense moments in that episode is when they decide to enter the neutral zone. I almost thought you guys were going to show up. What the... You guys? You guys look like you just seen a ghost or something. I'm surprised it is, huh? What are you guys? I've never seen any before. They're members of the Ravens, a group that usually gathers in the harbor brewing at Rowan City. What the heck are you doing here? Damn did we know. All of a sudden we were. We're not real by the looks of it. They're just imitations of a real selves created by someone or something that wants to do battle with you. That's all we're here for. It's your copies of real people created by heroes. We're just copies. So you're just copies. Yes, we're just copies. Can't say I got anything against you guys, but fighting is what we're here for, so yeah, we're gonna fight you. If we can't go against it, we might as well enjoy it. Time to show up how much stronger we've gotten since that red-headed bastard started working us to the bone. I wonder how we of all folks ended up being created to fight you. I guess it's just fate or something. Okay. Conscience of the King is interesting. Obviously, you know, Shattered kind of nails it while we're at it. He's got some health. But what I always find funny about Conscience of the King is how far into it the main guest star actually shows up. It's very far into the episode. I know he has that like thing right at the very beginning. But I mean, after that, he is off camera for most of the episode. But when he shows up... I mean, not like Roddenberry had any influence on Balance of Terror at all, push-ups. The Shakespeare episode, push-ups. If that doesn't give it away, nothing will. Yeah, I can see that, Ross. I'm sure that's not on purpose. Like, I guarantee you that's not on purpose, but that is interesting that it's there.
As clouds fall, Sakura bloom. fallen warriors gather in the evening gloom, and I present to you your doom. Sakura, morning moon!
I think you got him, Richard. Jesus Christ. That was a 5-digit hit if you missed that. I am exceptionally curious what the lore runny is going to think of DS9 when we get there. We've got 3 other shows to go through first, so we'll get there. Well, you got us good. Looks like we're going to have to go get a hell of a lot stronger if we want to rank up to Senior Bracers. Why are we talking to these people? They're not people. If you see us in the real world, say hi. Okay. Bye. Holographic create recreations of some thugs. Yeah, the problem is right now we're going through MLP, which has been really knocking it out of the park, but also rather enjoyed, so... I've been anticipating your arrival. It is I, the most truly What? Congratulations on your victory outside. Now you've done so, I'll be serving as your next opponent. I am assuming you're a copy of the real Philip, too. Indeed I am, because I have no choice but to point my blade even at you, your highness, knowing full well how unforgivable that act is. As the first Guardian, I, Philip Runar, Sword Fox, former captain of the Royal Guard, challenge you to battle. I can't see a single opening in his stance. I was aware of your history from my time leading the intelligence division, but it's clear you're every bit the fearsome opponent your file suggested from your stance alone. He's so good, you guys. This old man's dick is so big. He's got ads. Oh God, he's got ads. They have a lot of health too. He's T-posing for dominance. Hey TSB, happy Wednesday. Meanwhile, my eyes are just turning into popcorn on Earth. Whoops, wrong one. Oh,
May 1,000 thorns adorn your flesh with despair.
Now.
I suppose I'll move out of the death field here. Well, it's about to be a death field. Jeez Louise. Actually, I have a theory about that push-ups. Ignoring the obvious fact that, you know, Section 31 didn't exist until late DS9. I think that Kirk was, for lack of a better way to put it, too busy to be a Section 31 agent. No, seriously, I'm dead serious. Think about the sheer amount of stuff he has to do on a daily basis. It's emphasized several times in TOS. He runs a tight ship, and that's a full-time job. Like, I bet you money, they were like, should we recruit Kirk? And someone's like, when is he going to have time to do anything? Oh, yeah. Never mind. Like, it's hard to be a spy when you're busy with literally everything else. I mean, yeah, for us. Yeah, I need to check that this evening, Mr. Red. I finished Brewfest. No, really, I finished Brewfest. I have everything. Except for the new map. Semi-recently, as they've been polishing up the events and adding new stuff to the events, I've been going through and getting everything. Partially for completion's sake, and partially because it's a lot more fun than it used to be. Seriously, Brewfest is a perfect example. They have overhauled almost all of the dailies to not be irritating. It's nice. And to add some, you know, actual gameplay to them. Organizational Melkor Blade. It's there to help me keep track of stuff. If you ever see a bunch of equal signs in a row, that's just me organizing myself. I do that all the time. It's especially helpful in longer games, where I've got like hundreds of positives and negatives to keep track of. Oh yeah, I need to check if the race is up again this week so I can finish that. Uhura I could see, although she's pretty busy too, but she's in a great position for that. I am simply not enough to pose a challenge to you anymore, I fear. Yep, you're super amazing, Philip. It's super cool. That's true. It's actually funny you say that. In the very first draft of Our Trek, Chekhov was going to be part of Section 31. Like, actually a full-fledged colonel of Section 31. Don't know if I'm going to keep going with that. But it is something we were throwing around. I suppose I should, shouldn't I? Alright. Let's go see if we can make 20,000 Mira happen. I'd have to get this... Ah! Chest.
Wow, that's
Just make sure I don't forget it. they went the Celeste route with it. Nothing playing here. I'm not sure what's going to be game of the year for us either, for the LGAs. We've covered a lot of games this year, despite some hiccups, and 2 MMOs. I've already decided that I'm going to be like, so the game of the year goes to WoW, but that's cheating. Like, WoW's going to win a lot of categories, and I'm going to be like, and so here's the second place winner. WoW is cheating. It just is. So we got up to 41,000. What I thought. I mean, yeah, Paper Mario 2R was this year, and it's gonna crush a lot of things, I think. That was a shockingly good game. I already know what I'm gonna put for most surprisingly bad, as of this moment in time. Okay, there. We have 50,000 Mira. Jeez Louise. Safe before we do this. Telling you, you gotta increase your prices. That way you'll sell less products and make less money. I know it's not that linear, but it really is stupid how much they think it's that linear. Alright, what do we got? Which one is this? Oh, here it is. Okay. Whatever. What? He handled fan interactions like a pro, push-ups. I can only say that with hindsight. Some people don't handle interacting with fans very well, quite frankly. Like Uncle Vernon. And, but Nimoy, looking back at it with the memories I have of it, he was polite, he was understanding, he was humble. At no point in time was he irritated by me, you know, being like, oh my gosh, you're awesome, right? So, I'd love to if you would come start praying more often. I'm afraid it looks like I won't have any choice in the matter. But I show any signs of skipping mass. Lila gives me a stern lecturing. Yeah, Frakes is awesome at cons. Spiner is not. I've met Spiner, as a reminder. Shatner goes back and forth. Which is pretty true in real life, too, like outside of conventions. Every now and again, Shatner's just kind of cool. And then he stops being cool. And he becomes cool again. It's like, I don't know. It's weird. Okay, so Lila's been shopping while Maybelle was off at the church. Okay, okay. Gosh. So that's why she's been acting so distant. I wish she'd said something. I thought we were supposed to be close. I suppose it shouldn't come as a surprise. She's a grown woman. She's a wonderful human being, and a rather attractive one, too. I think I'm surprised it's taken her this long to find someone. Well, it wouldn't be fair of me to get in the way of her happiness. I do feel lonely at the thought, but she's going to want my support. It wouldn't be right for me not to give it. Oh my god. You know where this is going immediately. I have to apologize for being late. Might I ask what exactly you're doing? Oh, it's you. How long have you been there? You appear to be rather tired. This is why I keep telling you need to stop overexerting yourself. Oh, I'm not, I assure you. So head to the market. I'd have to murder them immediately, sir. I'd be like, you have found me. I don't know how, but you found me. Shh. It's okay. Shh. Shh. It's alright. Stop struggling. Stop struggling. No more pain. No more pain. Yeah, Mabel, can I ask you to go over what you just want me to do one more time, just so I'm not understanding? I'd like to investigate exactly what relationship those two have. So what kind of person the gentleman in question is. So put in simpler terms, you want me to check out whether they're dating and do a background check on the man, right? Yes. Is something wrong? Kinda? I mean, we do background checks on people, but that's when we suspect or know for sure they're involved in a crime. If they're not, it's an invasion of their privacy. Oh. Obviously, if you have reason to believe the man Layla's dating is involved in illegal activity, I'd be happy to help. I mean, yeah, Burton's legit and Frakes are legit. Frakes is legit, so that makes sense. He appears to be an honest, good man. Okay, there's obviously going to be a chance it's just a facade, but as it stands, I don't see any grounds for the guild to make their move. That's unfortunate. Sorry for troubling you. You're in favor of them dating, right? You're not trying to break them up or anything? Why are you so concerned with finding all this out? Because I think you're where Lila lost her mother and father during the 100 Days War. As I can tell, the scars never left her heart, and they've never truly healed. I believe this is her first foray into romantic relationships. I'm so worried about her getting hurt as a result of this. I'm not the slightest concerned about how noble the man's family is, how much money they have. Nothing superficial. I just want to know if he genuinely cares for her well-being and will make her happy. That's all that matters to me. I see where you're coming from. So at the end of the day, it doesn't give me the excuse to invade the man's privacy or meddle in their affairs. I'm sure Lila will eventually tell me what's going on when she feels the time is right. I can ask her all my questions then. This is good stuff. What do you mean? I completely understand where you're coming from, man. I'd be more than happy to accept your request. Wait, I thought... Are you sure? Wouldn't that violate the Bracer Code? Oh, no worries. The Bracer Code totally is open to individual interpretation. I feel like trying to follow the code to the letter ignores the feeling of those we're trying to serve. Okay. Don't... Respect his privacy, okay? Okay, I hope this turns out to be something that makes her happy. So Annalise immediately and enthusiastically took up the investigation. Naturally, she was very cautious not to make both Lila and her presumed partner suspicious in the process. Testimony 1? Oh my god. It's very strange with Aerith. I know what you mean, though. What is this? Those two certainly did come here, yes. I remember them sitting at the table over there having a pleasant conversation. Couldn't tell what they were talking about, I'm afraid. I do remember seeing Lila smiling, which you don't see every day. That struck me. Really now? Do you remember anything about the man? Not much, just he was a well-groomed, seemingly pleasant. That's about all I can say. I see. That's why you want all this? It's okay, you don't need to answer. They're in love, aren't they? It all makes sense now. She did look like a girl in love when she was talking to him, you know. Oh, it's so romantic. Little Lila's finally ready to begin her journey into adulthood. Isn't she like in her 20s? Please keep this to yourself, okay? Don't tell other customers and start rumors. Don't worry, secret's safe with me. Testimony 2. Yes, I remember the man escorting the maid to the front door of the mayor's mansion. I'm surprised he didn't go inside with her, honestly. Whenever I take Mina home, I always do. Oh, Harry. He asked me, you're the one behaving improperly, not the man we're talking about. Huh? I am. Ordinarily, when a gentleman escorts a lady home, you don't go inside. Really? Really. But sure, the fact that I do is proof that we're close, right? I wouldn't be assuming that if I were you. For one thing, those two seemed awfully close even without that, didn't they? I'm not saying it's always wrong to go inside, per se. If that's what you want to keep doing, you won't see me stopping you. Okay. I will then. Why does everything have to be so much work when it comes to you? Thanks for the info. You should buy... Crap, I don't have anything I would shill, even jokingly, on my desk right now. I don't know. What are these? Toilet paper. I'm rich! Alright. So that's called a boomerang joke. You want to ask about a man who's been... Oh, sorry. You must ask about a man who's been spending time with Lila lately. Thinking back, I did see with a man when my husband and I went to the market. We were looking at souvenirs together. I remember it well, too. I've rarely seen a more adoring pair in my life. They're like a pair of newlyweds. Really? I wouldn't pay too much attention to anything my husband says. He has a habit of exaggerating. I'm not ashamed of it either. These stories are much more interesting with a touch of dramatic flair. Wasn't the first time I've seen the man, though. I'm sure I've seen him before. I can't for the life remember his name. Do you remember, dear? Don't be silly. Of course I remember. I never get the name of a man who I've done good business with. It was Leonard. Wait, I know that name. Leonard from Kingfisher Inn? Oh, you know him already? Well, that puts a damper on my fun. I use that place for a lot of work reasons, so I know him by face. Can't say I know that much about him as a person, though. You're well acquainted. Would you tell me more about him? I don't mind, but this information ain't gonna come cheap. You're gonna charge me? Please, that's not funny, dear. You owe ever so much to the Bracer Guild. You can't threaten to charge a member. I won't have it. Sorry, I just can't help myself to a good joke. Ha ha ha. Let's see, he's a good honest man, for starters. His dick's huge, like just gigantic. Several days later. See, I did actually have plenty of toilet paper when the pandemic hit. No, I didn't sell or trade any, but that's stupid. But I did have plenty. So the man in question is Leonard from the Kingfisher Inn. I wonder how those two came to know each other. Oh, you know Leonard already? Only by name. The Kingfisher Inn has really made a name for itself in recent years. It's been doing quite well financially. It's a good target for investment. When I get gather... Their relationship is a healthy one. I seem to think very highly of Leonard. Oh, absolutely. Even his little sister Sophina is super sweet. Little sister Sophina is super sweet. Say that 5 times fast. I'd say you don't have anything to worry about me with them. But what I've gathered, they make a picture-perfect married couple. I'd like to believe that's a while off. Then again, if they really are dating, it's a reality I'll have to come to terms with sooner or later. I'm happy for her, but at the same time, a little sad, too. I get what you mean. Thank you very much for your report, Annalise. Sounds like she's made a fine choice. All I can do is wait for her to share the truth with me herself. Sounds like a good plan. Miss Maybell, it's me, Lila. I'm amused that Tara is not here for this section. She'd like this, I'm sure. Speak of the devil, what if the time has finally come? It'd be one funny coincidence, but maybe it has. If it has, it's about time I made my exit. Wouldn't want to get in the way. Nonsense! I'd actually prefer if you stayed. She does tell us what I expect her to. I don't intend to hide the truth of what I asked her to do. Oh, I see. Oh, okay then. Miss Maybell. Oh, sorry, Lila. Come in. Now I'd go with Kazakhstan push-ups. Oh, please accept my apologies. I didn't realize I was intruding. You're not. Don't mind me. I was just here to give my report on an investigation on behalf of the mayor. See. What brings you here, Lila? Do you have something you want to talk to me about? You could say that, yes. I have an important request to make of you. Really now? What would it happen to be? It concerns the Kingfisher Inn near Valeria Lake. We were right! Excuse me? Did you think I had no idea what was happening, my dear? I know everything there is to know. That's actually her dialogue. I'm not making that up. How could you possibly... I'm sorry, I actually had Annalise look into it for me. I was worried about you, you see. You'd been behaving so strangely lately. I'm sorry I did it, but I just couldn't help myself. There's no need for you to apologize. I didn't mean to worry you. Perhaps I should have been more open from the start. So, is Leonard being good to you? Damn, cut right to the chase, why don't you? He's a kind man, yes. Why do you ask? If that wasn't what I was asking. Oh, you know what I mean, Lila. Is there anything else you want to say on the matter? Well, yes. If it's all right for you, I'd like to get right to discussing the date for the big day. Oh my god! English! Do you speak it? Learn to communicate! Listen, who should I pick on? I'm gonna pick on Blade Vault. Blade Vault, listen. There's something I have to tell you, and it's about Final Fantasy IV, and I can't even do it. I can't even do it. I don't know how to do it. It's so grained into me from decades of practice to practice as good of communication as I can. I still fail at it because I suck, but like, you see how like deliberately vague they're being in a way that you wouldn't be. Like, I walk up to Blade Vault, I'm like, I need to talk to you about FF4, and he's like, it's okay, I already know everything, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess you know then. So, and like, I'm casting him as Cecil in RFF4, and that's what I'm trying to tell him, but he's like, I understand that you've decided not to do RFF4. And we just talk across each other for a minute because shenanigans. Oh my god, okay. We're walking. Already? The big day? You've already started mapping it out? We have. We were hoping to keep it secret as long as possible in order to surprise you. Naturally, I've made sure everything fits into your schedule. Do I have your okay to begin with the necessary arrangements? Oh, wow. Is something wrong? What was that? You dummy! I can see why you wanted to surprise me. I can, but did you really have to keep this from me until this late in the process? I mean, you've got a right to your own private life, and you don't have to share everything with me, and I'm not saying you have to, but I can't believe you decide something so important without consulting me even once. Do I mean that little to you? Besides, you've only been going on for about a month. Aren't wedding bells at this stage a little premature? Hey, she finally said something actual. This decision is going to impact you for the rest of your life, Lila. You understand that, right? You should calm down. Listen to what she has to say, Mayor Maybell. I'm sure she understands. She has her own reasons for deciding. I have a horrible feeling there's a grave misunderstanding taking place here. No. I've actually encountered that in real life, too. Sometimes in people who are on the spectrum. But more often I encounter this with people who are habitual liars. Right? Yeah, managers is a good example of this. But I have encountered people in real life who cannot give a straight answer to anything. And it's incredibly frustrating. So, what do you think about this particular tomato, R. Spruce? I think that tomatoes aren't quite a vegetable. Maybe they might be a fruit. It's entirely possible that when you have a salad, you may or may not have a tomato. No, 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 stop. This tomato right here, the one I've got in my hand, that I'm going to throw in your face if you don't answer this question, R. Spruce. It's one weird misunderstanding. The arrangement I'm making for your next vacation. You've been so busy lately, I thought you really have to have one, so I've been making necessary arrangements in secret. ... What? You mentioned before that you'd like to visit the famous Kingfisher Inn once, you see. So when Leonard came to the Bowes Market to do some shopping, we decided to go about the chance to meet and discuss how to go about this. I didn't realize my actions were causing so many problems for you. See? I worry about you sometimes. Besides, I have no intention of getting married before a certain mistress of mine. Which doesn't seem to be anytime soon, since she makes a hobby of turning down countless marriage proposals in favor of devoting herself to work. It's not a hobby. It's because I have so much work on my plate, I don't have time for marriage to be on the brain. Nothing between you and Leonard? Nothing at all? Everyone says you two have been getting along so well. I'll admit he's a lovely man and one I have a very positive impression of, but I've never considered him as a potential partner. Why? All girls your age experience romance at least once. It wouldn't be right for you not to do the same. This isn't something I intend to come out and say, but it seems you leave me with no choice. Right now, the most important thing in my life is your happiness. I'll put that over anything and everything else. Ensuring it is my greatest joy, my very reason for being... Oh, for the love of God, kiss! Just quit it. Until you've decided on a partner to supplement that happiness, I have no intention of looking at anyone but you. Just kiss! Just do it! Just do it! Stop fiddle farting around. We've seen... no, I'm sorry. We've seen this since the first game, okay? This is game 3. Get on with it. If it's my happiness you want, I ask you focus on your own happiness first and foremost. I understand there's some power dynamic problems, because you're literally her boss, but you can just... She can just stop being your employee. It's worth it, I'm just saying. Jesus Christ, R. Spruce, really. Look, I may be a massive prude, but for the love of God. Like clockwork, I see you disregarding your well-being and taking on more worth than is humanly. Fine, I get it. Now we can put the whole marriage thing behind us. I accept your offer of vacation. If we proceed with the plan, I'll leave arranging to schedule to you. As you wish. You permit me to excuse myself, then. Good day to you, Miss Annalise. I'm really sorry. Looks like my research may have been a tad incomplete. Don't worry about it. I don't think anything is wrong here. Or... Yeah, you can't. Stop doing it. This is all because of me foolishly jumping to conclusions. Can't believe I ended up giving her yet another excuse to lecture. It's no big deal. Gotta admit, though, I'm jealous. Jealous? You never heard that. Anyways, I'm sure I'll see you around. You two look great together. Bye. Oh. Yes, Maybell. Oh is the correct answer to that. I don't know if I'll ever be able to manage without her at my side. I'll never be able to go on without her beside me. Jeez, Maybell, listen to yourself. Bloody meatballs. What? The reward for that is bloody meatballs. Game. It's insanely high strength. It's a line attack, and it causes faint. Meatballs that start bloody conflicts over their ownership. What does that take to make? A lot, actually. Okay. I mean, if you do have meatballs with a raw center, then you've probably done something very, very wrong. Like, not cooked them. Of course, it's not this one.
Oh yeah!
My first thought was, why are you in that uniform? Which is funny, because it's one of the first things they address. My second thought was, well, he'll be pathetic, right? And I honestly wasn't expecting him to be a powerhouse. Here lies the looking glass. Place your hand on this monument. The sword-wielding dame. I mean, I know that's Annalise, but, like, we have several sword-wielding women. Yeah, thank you, Richard. We have a number of women with us who fight using swords. Yeah, exactly, Bitchball. Thank you for making me watch this exact same dialogue again, game. Appreciate you. Yeah, I know this place. It's the frickin' Ouroboros base. Something else seems odd about it. Yeah. It's almost like we're in Phantasma. Ooh. So as of this game, new sprites? No. I mean, Reese obviously kind of qualifies because she's a new character. But that's Chloe's outfit from the end of 2. And Kevin's outfit's never changed, Annalise has never changed, etc., etc. Wasn't this on the left side of the building when we were here? Oh yeah, Shara's did, that's true. Forgot about Shara. As I often do. The Archaism Parts Factory? This is... wait, then... Here this already, yeah? Beep, boop. Interesting. Mirror Vogels. Looks like these ones reflect arts, specifically. Why did they make a new outfit for Shara, but not Richard? Whatever, I think it's time for everyone's favorite thing to do. Run into a door. Hang on. That's to be continued. Well, see, the thing is, to my knowledge, this is the end of this engine, right? Right, like that. There's not going to be. They're switching to the 3D engine after this, right? Like Azure or Zero or whichever one's first is a completely different engine, right? Yes, no. Oh God, the silence. The silence. I'm completely wrong. I'm sorry about everything.
Mama.
I can't think of anything Kelsey Grammer's been in where I consider him a legitimately great actor. But I also don't think there's anything particularly bad with his acting either. I would call him competent, if you force me to put a word to it. Which does admittedly sound like an insult, but I really don't mean it as one. I unironically think his Sideshow Bob is the best thing I've ever seen him in. No, really. Glad you made it. I'm guessing everything being reversed made navigating this place a pain, though. Grant? If it isn't the priest who saved our bacon last time we were here. Funny coincidence. I wasn't expecting to fight you here again. Yeah, I'm not the real thing, but I'm close enough. It's time for me to kill you horribly. I wouldn't want to try to pull the same trick twice, but I can still have him back me up. Okay. Sure. Miss! Wow, Richard. Not impressing me there, it's gotta be real. I mean, Cheers is fine. I actually watched quite a bit of Cheers back in the day. But Cheers is that interesting little slice of... fine. I actually don't have a better word for it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing outstanding about it. It's, you know, a few minutes of television to pass the time. Frasier's the same way, by the way. Sorry, I just realized I didn't mention that about Frasier. I mean, he was barely in that episode. Literally one scene. But yeah, he didn't do much there, too. Hey, Lucas Slaughter. Don't worry, I haven't been bashing the game. Investigate one of the 6 gates that... Vanigulst... What? The flow of the Iron River. Manipulate the flow of the Iron River. Then shall you obtain radiance. That took me a second. Favorite non-animated sitcom? Oh, jeez. So some of you may or may not know this, that in professional circles, sitcom is actually used as an insult word. I've actually mentioned this before. Like, if you have a show that's considered a sitcom, then it's considered that you've done something wrong. Yeah, I can't reach it, Lucas Lauder. Okay, I'll get it when I get the blue door, or the blue key. Don't worry, we've done all the doors so far. We even did the one where Maybelle totally doesn't have any kind of romantic feelings for Lila. Straight as a cucumber. It did! It took less than 30 minutes. Thank you, but your treasure is in another chest. It also wasn't blackjack. Jesus, I'll take that. I'm going to default on this one, Ross. I don't think I've got a good answer for you. While we're here. It's a good question. MASH has several of the hallmarks of a sitcom. It just tends to have heavier subject matter, but I'd say MASH qualifies. Home Improvement. Sorry. So, King of the Hill is one of the most clear-cut examples of coffee for me. It is a good show, and I will never gainsay that it is anything other than a good show. But it's never been for me. Would I recommend King of the Hill too? Oh God, I don't know. That's a tough one, actually. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air kind of gets bonus points for its opening song. And I imagine I'm not the only person who thinks that. Okay. I think that's good. I'll do that, actually. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's kind of a thing, sorting chords in this game. Time to find another doppelganger who knows they're a doppelganger. This is kind of a messed up situation if you think about it. So imagine that you're a clone of yourself, and you have your memories and your perspectives and your thoughts, but also you're forced to kill someone who's your friend and or ally. That's messed up, right? Like, that's not just me. No, that is just me. Okay, got it. Whatever. The hell do I know that? They're all friendly about it, too. It's like, well, that was a good battle. Yep, sure was. I look forward to fighting you again in the future. Uh-huh. Everything's cool. Gosh darn it. Freaking impedes. Would you quit that? Oh my god. I don't think he's gotten off a single cast because he keeps getting interrupted. They're just spamming that crap. Which is doubly funny because it's mostly taking up their turns while I'm still, you know, killing them. Eventually, you will fall behind. I will kill you. I will find you. And I will kill you. Yes. Yes. Oh, sorry. Okay. It's just they just want to piss me off as they're on their way out. Like, here, watch. Aw, that's me beat. I was so confident in my battle formation, too. You had every right to be. You put up a heck of a fight. That battle was no joke. You sure know how to give people a hard time with that rifle. I try. Anyway, you were able to beat me, so maybe you have a chance at winning against the next guy. I'm sure you don't need me to spell how it is, but when you get to the mid-range tactics, there's no one stronger than him in all of Libero. Make sure you give him your very best. And then she disappears from existence, because that's what happens when you delete a program. Game. And they're not even, like, it's like, oh, yes, the artful tactician. I've heard rumors of his strength. I've never had the chance to face off against him in person. And you still won't! It's not him! Guys! You already understand the concept of this. Okay. What? Inspect the open glass coffin. I already did that. Always have your Lord Runner brand mirror. The chest secretly admires you, but it'll never admit it to its feelings.
Well, that's
it's not that kind of anime, I'm just saying. Alright, so... It's too far. That's right. You know what time it is? It's door time! 75 hours later. Girl who plays with a giant doll. Inside, a trial awaits her. Should you fail to deter you, open the door and step inside. Girl with a giant doll? That has to be Ren, right? Tita. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, probably means Ren. We'll come back to that. I rested Shut a long time ago. He must have been really working out. Man, I just realized I haven't seen a cat in a few hours. I'll be right back. I found him. Making me worry over nothing. Trails of Azure. Let's see what this looks like. Oh my god, it does look like the same engine. Oh, egg on my face. Is Cold Steel the first one to finally get away from this stupid engine? Look, I've been taking care of young kids for like a decade at this point. You build up that. I haven't heard anything from them in a bit. Since after a while. And yeah, here's Trails of Zero, which just looks like the same frickin' game. Okay. No, whatever. Who's the white-haired girl, and why are her boobs so big? I suppose I don't need an answer to that second question. Normally I don't comment on that kind of thing, but like there was as I was looking up images of the game to see what the gameplay looked like, there was a small image of her, and she was fairly well endowed. Ooh, tasty medicine. Unlocked with a combination that hasn't been used in over a century. How did you unlock me? Treasure sense. I can't tell if you're kidding, Moog. I'm glad you could make it, Annalise. Really is you. So good to see a number of familiar faces among you. What a cruel twist of fate we should have to meet again like this. You're telling me. Hard to make with the happy reunion like this. You plan on fighting us for real too, then? No way we could, like, talk you out of it? I'm afraid it doesn't appear to be an option. Since I first became conscious of my existence here, I've attempted to meditate on a number of occasions. But it appears the me before you lacks a sense of self, so I'm unable to go against the purpose for which I was created. Of course you try to meditate right away. You really are a special guy, Kurt. Not that that's Kurt. He just said that, even. Whatever, no, it's time to try and kill you. That's another thing. They're duplicates, and they know it. Yeah, I don't know if I should do this, Tara. This is something I'm gonna regret. I can already tell. Illy McDowell. There we go. Uh-huh. Yeah, Ellie doesn't appear to be in that, but she's in Reverie. Rixia, I actually am aware of because she's the joke character. If this is the one I think it is. She's the Valentine, Ivy Valentine of Trails, right? If that's what I'm thinking of. Hi, Cycloud. Yeah, how screwed up is her back? That is a good question. Like, if you're not familiar with the Ivy Valentine thing, well, it's very similar to what happened with, Savicum, what's the name of the rune seller in all the Suikoden games? But Shira's boobs get bigger and less covered every single time she shows up.
Be not as you appear.
Jean, that's it. Yeah, so look at... Whoa! Just insta-kill there. Look up Jean in Suikoden 1, and then 2, and then 3. Okay, he's just casting death on me. What the crap, game?
By my art, be not as you appear. Crap, good.
What?
Crap, this isn't good.
Okay.
As clouds fall.
So yeah, we're just gonna delete him there.
By my art, be not as you appear.
Stop instant killing me! Like, spamming death does not a good boss make. And we're dead. He just spammed death! He just spammed death! What the hell was that, game?
As clouds fall.
Yeah, I'm not messing around now. You're dead. Jesus. Honestly, that's what I first thought happened when I first saw that, Dakota. I don't know if that's RNG or if that's just his strategy. Either way, thank you for the sub, Cycloud. Although, I noticed you didn't put it towards anything. I still appreciate it. Look. I'm willing to be nice and tolerant and hold back until you piss me off. Then you're dead. Instantly. You're just dead. You're just dead. Oh God, I don't know, Cycloud. It's been a really long day. Whoops, I just miscast. That's how long a day it is. I'm actually miscasting now. Okay. Cycloud wants to put it towards... Let's see. Oh, wrong character. I mean, I don't want to get too much into sexiness, because that's a whole thing. But there's plenty of styles of sexy that don't involve the Tifa model, right? There's nothing wrong with the Tifa model. I actually have known people I have dated a woman who has the teeth of body type, right? Quite skinny, very large-breasted. But there's other types of physical attractiveness, right? There are plenty of things that are physically attractive in the world. Yeah, body types can be all kinds.
An adequate performance.
See, I still have much room for improvement. You literally... You murdered me! So I two-shot you! I don't think I've ever met anyone as serious about their training as you. With promising embraces like you around, I can't afford the rest of my laurels. Wait a sec, I think you're the last person we had to fight here. I'm afraid not. Another foe awaits you, but don't think of taking her lightly. Her martial skills have given her age are nothing short of exceptional. No, exactly, Ruthless Tim. Like, that's sort of my point, right? My sister, somewhat more crudely, calls them stick-with-boobs. In fact, she's not fond of the girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend I just mentioned, so she often calls her derisively stick-with-boobs. Hang on. Investigate what... What Dolby Shine... I think it's just the thing outside. We already did that. We already did that. We're cool. We're cool. Boldly shines. My extremely real Australian girlfriend is... Let's see, what body type do I want to give her? What's really kind of extremely funny to me, and I have to laugh at this because I've been single for like 2 decades at this point. As of this year, actually, it's been since 2005. Is that almost every girl I ever dated had a different body type. So there's stick with boobs, right? Then there's just plain stick. She was so skinny. Like, I was always envious of how crazy skinny she was. Let's go ahead and go here first. Then there's a, shall we say, a more traditionally curvaceous woman. Also large-chested, but like her whole body was very curves, right? Then there's a rather large woman with incredibly large breasts. I always felt bad for her. Like, she was thinking about getting surgery, large breasts. What do a shirtless guy and what you're holding now have in common? A bare chest! Speaking of chests. So we just got the tournament invitation, which means we can go do the hard mode tournament if we really wanted to, which naturally we do not. But this is how earliest the earliest point at which we could do that. Then there was someone who was, it's the peach body type, I believe is what it is, where their upper body is relatively small, but they have large hips, so like it's this body type, right? Like that. I guess we'll go down first, because we want to go get that other thing. Is it pear? I don't know. I don't know words. Words don't exist. I probably want that. Let's go and get this. There's an echo in here, and here, and here, and here. Oh, she was a peach. Oh yeah, and one athletic type. She was always in so much better shape than me. Like, I was stronger, but that's because I'm built like a brick house. She was in much better shape overall than me. So we'll go towards FF14 Patch Trail, FFTR, Dragon Quest 4, and thank you, Winlock, very much. Let's see. Let's see what Cycloud would donate towards, shall we? It's a bunch of stuff here. We've got Dead Rising, Simpsons, FF7, Pokemon Violet, the Nest Block, bunch of stuff here. This is from last year, though. Probably going to be Deedlit and 3D Dot Heroes, because that's been consistent recently. Deedlit, 3D Dot Heroes, Deedlit. Alright. So we'll do Deedlit, 3D Dot Heroes, and I'll let Czar decide. Xenoblade Chronicles. Alright, note to self. Never let Czar decide again. Xenoblade 2. Done. You should trade more, Cycloud. Okay, what's this one require? Should this fail to deter you, open the door. Okay, sure. Let's do a door. Yeah, males fall into the same problem, I've noticed, because almost every attractive male is the V-type, right? And don't mistake me, I wouldn't mind having a V-type. Actually, would prefer that over my current, because oh, Jesus, it's one of these things. I'm a barrel, right? I'm a giant clump of muscle, that's all I am. But yeah, it's all the same friggin' thing. Do it, Cycloud. Do it. Give in to the trading side of the Force. At least we don't have those things that cause petrify just for being there now. So they reflect arts. Cool. It's a good thing I brought a melee-heavy squad, then. I shouldn't say melee-heavy. It's literally 2 mages and 2 melees. Actually pretty balanced now that I said it out loud. Well, yeah, it is preference, of course, Subcom. I suppose my complaint about it is pretty much the exact same one Ruthless Tim is mentioning. It gets tiring, especially in drawn or animated models, seeing the exact same body types on both genders constantly, right? Like, there are other body types. There are other interesting... Even if you're going for sex appeal, and that's all you care about, there are other sexy bodies in the world. I know, it's shocking. And yeah, part of the problem is exactly that. They will just re-render body types. I'm saying re-render the wrong way. Copy-paste. Like, we fully set up the rigging and skeleton and mesh of a body type, and we're just going to copy-paste it a few times. I do not think it's a tech limitation. I think it is a decision. Whether that is a valid decision or not, I do not have the information to judge. But I think it is a decision. Maybe to save on money, maybe to save on time. Maybe because someone says that's the only body type that's actually attractive. Like, let me use an actual specific example. where I actually know that the producer in charge was insisting that only one body type is attractive. Star Trek. In late TNG, you can actually see this if you go back through it. In late TNG, and for much of the movies, the TNG movies, and some of Voyager, almost every woman on the show magically suddenly looks like they have the same body as every other woman on the show. And that's because they were wearing the boob plates, which were doing exactly what they're supposed to. And in several cases, they were wearing corsets as well. And that's because Rick Berman insisted that's what an attractive woman looks like, therefore, that's what every woman should look like. That's stupid. And honestly, pretty sexist. But that is just one case. This was cast on him. All allies. Jesus, Richard. Yeah, honestly... Ooh, ow. The, what's that called? The silhouette, right? Sorry, TSB. The silhouette concept is a really good rule of thumb when it comes to any kind of animation. Hell, any kind of physical actors, too.
An adequate performance.
You want your characters to be the kind of people that you can tell who they are, not only at a glance, but if all you see is their silhouette. So, emphasizing different body types, even if you want them to all look attractive, is something that would probably be generally considered a good thing. You overcome the trial. This shall grant you a memory fragment. Blue Blanc! No! An investigative report on Phantom Thief B. His crimes, his history, his identity. His reality. Phantom Thief B has quite a lengthy and productive career in thievery in the Empire, as the amount of records we've been able to find his crimes prove beyond a doubt. From numerous paintings held in the Imperial Art Gallery, to a Septium crystal held in the Empire's Customs Warehouse, to a cutting-edge tank held in an Imperial Armory Research Facility. Nothing is truly safe when he desires to steal it. His conquests aren't limited to inanimate objects. He's been guilty of pretending to be a military officer and eloping with the wife of a marquis on one reported occasion. Yes, and this is perhaps the most baffling part, there's no concrete evidence to suggest he has profited from his exploits. Rather, the objects stolen usually end up in places so bizarre the owners are liable to faint upon hearing about them. In other cases, they are transformed into mira, which is then rained down from the sky in areas largely inhabited by those less fortunate. Hearing this, one might lead him to think a vigilante thief who takes from the rich and gives to the poor, but make no mistake, the truth is not so simple. The wife of the Marquis discussed earlier is a fine example of that. As of this writing, it's been a little over half a year since the elopement took place. Since then, she remains unaccounted for. Many of the items stolen by him may return to the public eye in some fashion, but not all. Between his eccentric techniques and bizarre behavior regarding the objects he steals, it might appear as though his thefts are purely whims and nothing else. Upon studying the overall picture and reviewing the objects and indeed people in play, you begin to see they all have one specific thing in common. Take the artworks from the stolen from the Imperial Gallery, for example. Each of them were works of pure genius painted by masters of their craft, but they gained a reputation for being too complex for the target audience, nobility, and were shamefully stored away instead of placed on display. Wow, guys! Your nobility... Ugh. Your nobility's so dumb, I couldn't understand a painting. There's too many words! Similarly, it can be said of the Septium crystal, known for its unparalleled beauty. After being seized by customs, it was sealed away in the warehouse and doomed never to be admired by human eyes again. The tank is one more example. With its promising development cut short, rather than be put to good use, it was left collecting dust. As an aside, the case of the wife does contain some striking similarities. Despite marrying her, he devoted most of his attention to his concubines and barely spared a thought for her. In conclusion, we can see the underlying motive for his actions is finding objects of beauty that have been abandoned by the world and freeing them from foolish owners. No matter how the world may see his crimes, his motive is clear. The truth of that is evident in the cards he leaves before committing his crimes. His so-called liberation of beauty is mentioned in each one of them. mentioned upon each of them, is actually what it says. Phantom Thief B steals not for money, but for an ideal he believes in, and it's this fact we believe that are clues to his real identity. A number of valid theories have come upon the face behind our famed thief. Unfortunately, they're all lacking in conclusive proof, as they are numerous, so it's impossible to say whether any of them are actually correct. To complicate matters further, we now have even deranged individuals coming forward pretending to be him and allowing themselves to be captured by law enforcement. Not to say, however, that none of the theories circulating are at all plausible. Here we'll introduce 3 theories that have developed significant followings, and may or may not turn out to be far from the truth. Theory 1. Amorous con artist X. X's personal history. X is known for his exceptional skill as a con artist, having faked his own identity in order to engage in romantic relationships with many noble women. He was as handsome as he was capable, and exceptionally proud in nature as well. Born to a poor family in his temperate south, he became used to stealing in order to make ends meet from a young age. According to testimony from a companion at this time, he was never once caught for such thefts. The reason X converted him from being common thief to con artist is believed to have stemmed from falling in love with a noblewoman of much higher social standing than he. The rule of aristocracy was absolute in the country he called home, and blessed romances between those of different classes are unthinkable. With that in mind, he resolved to create a false identity in order to make his dream possible. Following his first rousing success, he came to do the same on a myriad of other occasions, indulging in one forbidden affair after another. It was nearly 10 years ago that he was arrested on suspicion of identity fraud, but he performed a miraculous escape from prison. Ever since, his whereabouts have remained unknown. Both X's peerless skill as a thief and his interest in forbidden romance with noblewomen sound remarkably like what we know of Phantom B. Thief. It's worth noting that despite his abilities of deception to court those of vast wealth, he displayed virtually no interest in their fortunes. That is to say, he gained no financial benefit from his actions whatsoever. Instead, he simply lamented he was unable to indulge in them because of something as trivial as his social class. To conclude, this attitude bears a striking resemblance to the thief's own views on beauty. Theory 2. Tragic artist Y. Y was a artist with a tragic past. Born to a middle-class family in the north, he was hired by an influential aristocrat to be their personal artist, producing many a stunning piece of work. However, it was later discovered he wasn't produced, rather, he was actually responsible for a number of counterfeit pieces. Who had hired him sought to profit through ill means thanks to his work, and so he created such counterfeits under the noble's instructions. One day, Y left the noble's service for a reason unknown. This is where the tragedy begins. Immediately after leaving his client behind, Y received a terrible piece of news. His lover, the daughter of a respected family, had been killed in a traffic accident. While there is no evidence to prove as much, it is rumored the noble may have had a hand in her death. Y was only spotted once more at his lover's grave before forever disappearing from the public eye. To those who knew the story, he became known as the truly tragic artist. Several years later, the noble was murdered. The story of Y has several unsolved mysteries surrounding it, and has invited much speculation, both of which have likely led to the theory that he and Phantom B Thief are one and the same. Those aren't the only reasons, naturally. Phantom Thief B has been known at times to try and dispose of counterfeits, believing them to be false beauty. It's led to some to believe that he may be attempting to rid the world of counterfeits that he himself created. Lending further credibility to this is the discovery of the forgeries disposed of by the Phantom Thief B were indeed works of Y. Theory 3. Skilled martial artist Z. Zed's personal history. The story of Z is significantly different from the other 2 potential identities we have proposed, thus making this unusual but still plausible possibility. Z was born in the Far East and the son of a famed military family. He was an attractive, decently built young man, but he was far more skilled at martial arts than his friend would have suggested, being blessed with great natural talent. He's also said to have a keen, sharp mind, and there was a mild air of arrogance to him, too. Z was indeed blessed in nearly every way. He came from an important family, had skill, had looks, and as a result, he came to feel bored with the world around him. He hardly kept such thoughts to himself. In fact, he often voiced his complaints to anyone in earshot. These complaints persisted until one day he simply disappeared, telling no one where he was going, and nothing to suggest his next destination. Much of this theory is based on the idea of genius as being eccentric by nature. There are some who say the fighting style of Z had a resemblance to peculiar skills used by Phantom Thief B. But in terms of credibility, this theory is barely a cut above many other similarly unusual suggestions. Still, the idea that the man beneath the mask is one from the East is certainly an interesting and exciting one, leading many to wish it was true, even if they find themselves doubting it actually is. That brings us to the end of the outlining 3 very different theories. Could X, Y, or Z be the true identity of our famed thief, or is the truth perhaps something else entirely? Then we'll never know for sure, just hear the truth of the man himself. Of course, whether we can trust anything he says is a discussion for another time. Postscript. After this article was first published, we received a card believed to be from Phantom Thief B himself at our office. The contents of the card are as follows. The truth of my identity is already in your grasp. My number reveals all. Which number was he? Number 10. Aha. In other words, X. Judging by this, it's believed that one of the three theories proposed is the true identity of Phantom Thief B. That's it, uncovering the means behind his word has proved to be a trying task. Will one valued reader someday step forward to solve what we cannot? Only time will tell. We got his cape! Woo! Ugh. Agility, movement, and drop rate up. Okay. And I'm not trying to audition for the Micro Machines guy. Wait, did we already do that? Hang on. Yeah, we did. Okay. I just realized this is a long chapter, isn't it? This is the longest chapter so far. We're not even halfway through this chapter yet.
Mama.
If this is someone who's going to spam death on me again. It's strange. I was figuring the next battle will be in this room, but there's no one here. Here's the top floor, though, right? Not technically. This is the landing area for the airships on top of the roof. Okay. Further up again. It's gonna be Weissman. He'll be like, "Mwahaha, it's me again. I was always the evil one." You certainly took your time. It's Kilika. It's good to see you again, Annalise. I hope you've been doing well since I left. Yeah, thanks. Now, right down to business, Kevin. I take it you understand the situation without me needing to explain it? I think so. You're the second Guardian, Philip being the first. We'll need to defeat you in order to advance to the next area. Correct. I can't say I'm fond of having to fight in old Oribos base of all things. Oh well, I suppose we'll have to do this time. These are chakras. They can be used as more than simple throwing weapons. Or I am super evil. As the second Guardian, I, Kilika Roan, master level student of the Taito School, will serve as your opponent. I'd be happy to test my skills against you. But what if she murders us? I hadn't thought about it that way. Maybe we shouldn't do this after all. Not too late. We're committed now. Just for funsies, I'm going to try a different approach than what I've usually been doing. Just to mix it up a little bit. Listen, we don't know that, Mook. It could be the Killing Fist. Look at his movement with all those movement buffs. Especially the cloak I just put on him. Bonk.
Let's begin.
Okay, lady, I don't think wielding dragons against me is, like, in good sport.
Dual Dragon Helix!
Like, can we get a ref to weigh in on that? And down she goes. Ah, I figured we'd still have to kill the ads. Well, whatever. Might as well generate CP for the next fight. No. I guess so, Diligent. Hey, buddy? What? I'm busy. No, I just need you to weigh in on this. And I need you to not get in the way of my gains. Yeah, Richard has quickly become my highest hitter, my heaviest hitter, which is funny. Imagine if Gar was like this over in BoF 3. I see taking a break on my training has finally caught up with me. I thought I was sure to win if I didn't hold back, but I overestimated my own abilities. Don't be so sure of that. You gave us one crazy fight. This is what you're like after a break. I try to think what kind of monster you are at your peak. I'm astounded how well you were able to use your ki in battle. You fought spectacularly. Time to say our goodbyes. With my defeat, you're halfway through the trials of the 6th plane. Just be sure not to let your guards down. I'm sure the greatest challenge is very much still yet to come. Bye. Okay. This is my first time fighting. I can only hope it's the last. I don't believe that it wasn't even the real Kilika. I suppose we could go ahead and swap now. Sorry, Annalise. It's Joshua time.
You ready?
Who is quite far behind on levels now, I notice. That's great. I mean, I think it was Blade Deval mentioned earlier. Almost every time when a bad guy joins your party, they suck compared to when they, you know, were someone you fought. It was a weirdly common thing. And if I might be so bold, it was not a well-designed thing. So many people to equip now. I think I'm gonna hold off for the moment. Yeah. Yeah, Magus is kind of a weird example of that. Because the big thing they did with Magus is he was way depowered, but for once there was actually a lore explanation for it, which helps a little bit. And he very quickly catches right back up and becomes a powerhouse. Especially with the amount of MP or whatever skill points you're getting. Tech points, that's it. Tech points you're getting by that point in the game. Honestly, he's pretty good. I think we're just going to leave him as is. See, now what I'm thinking is one of the Sinistrals should have joined us over in Lufia. That would have been cool. Or not this one? Must be the other way then.
That's that.
Yeah, that was another decent example of one. Here we go. The Lord of Phantasm does decree. Here lies the impregnable fortress. Place your hand on this monument, the Divine Blade's successor. I don't know what impregnable fortress could be impregnable. I think we all know who we need this time. But I suppose there's no point in debating if I am fit to be called his successor. No one else seems to match the description after all. Now, that makes sense. What better place to describe as an impregnable fortress than Lyston Fortress? The Yeast Dungeon. This is going to be super difficult. You've taken away my one purpose in life, to carry items to be looted later. No, you can't return it. You don't even have the receipt. Look, I swear I dropped it. I suppose this is where I should welcome you all. Lieutenant Colonel Sid, so you're our first opponent. Seems like you've been through quite a lot since last we met, Father Graham. I never expected this was what was going to happen back when we met in Grancel. All this stuff feels like a bad dream to me too, to be honest with you. Remember all that happened in a Grancel Cathedral then? I do. I can't be exactly sure when the me that stands before you was created here. But I can say it must have been after that, if my memories are anything to go by. Good to see you again too, Richard. It's hardly how I envision a reunion going, but it's good to be able to have one all the same. I can say the same of you. That being said, I was expecting a soldier as formidable as you to be our first opponent. This bodes poorly for us. I don't count ourselves out just yet, even if I have no intention of being defeated. For I am pure evil. I'm honored as a former garrison commander of Lyston Fortress. I, Lieutenant Colonel Maximilian Sid, will defeat you. Your name's Maximilian? Is that really what you should be focusing on right now? Yes! Your name's Maximilian, dude. Whatever. Oh my god, you're right. He's Max Sid. They love their status effects at this point of the game, don't they? I notice I also haven't gotten a ribbon yet. You know, make sure I don't take, make sure I'm immune to status effects kind of a thing. Not that this is a complaint. I've always loved how in video games, blind doesn't affect your spells. You can't hit someone to save your life, but magic? Ah, I got that.
That's that. Let's move out.
I expected no less from you, Richard. With the Knight of the Groswitch at your side, my loss was likely guaranteed from the start. Not at all. Breaking through your defensive formation was a real challenge. You probably are, Spruce. Mystic Quest does that. No, seriously, Mystic Quest actually does that, where you get the... You gain immunity to status effects as enemies stop using them. It's really frustrating. It's clear you've already surpassed me as a commander. Oh, hardly. I've still got a long ways to go before I can say that with confidence. And while I wouldn't ordinarily tell you as much, I won't waste a chance. Fate has granted me. Still deeply regret that you must decide to leave the army behind, Richard. That was how I felt about Brigadier General Bright, and I'm sure you remember where that led me. Our paths have parted, but we both inherited at least part of him. I have the path of the sword, you have the path of the soldier. While they may differ, we can both work towards the same goal. You're right, I suppose. Take this. As you're aware, but I'm the first of several opponents. This really is just a straight-up boss rush. I'm not sure what I think of that, because the bosses have been some of the best designed stuff in this game, but like at the same time, it really is just boss, 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 trash, boss. There's only one of many such barracks in the fortress. We should need to spend too much time here. Why does that cutscene need to exist? We're opening a door. Jesus Christ, game. I just... Hi, it's God K-Bar. Thank you for the sub, as always. Give me a moment. Dragon Quest 6. Dragon Quest 5. Dragon Quest 4. Done. And thank you. At some point we'll have to decide if we're even going to bother with the DS versions of those, or if we're going to just wait for the inevitable remakes. Of course, these are stupid dogs. if the world you live in is actually a gigantic chest? I feel like I've read that one before. Isn't it convenient you always find weapons that someone in your group specializes in? You're welcome, by the way. Oh, whoops. Oh, whatever.
My.
Dang it. Alright, round 2. With Amalthea? She also just called us Your Excellency. What a tragedy it is we should be forced to meet under these circumstances. What did I ever do to deserve turning my blade against the man I've always duly served? But please, never doubt for a second I'm doing this against my will. I would never even dream of fighting him. I like how the only person who's made it very clear that they're being forced to do this against their will, and is upset about that, is Amalthea. I understand perfectly well. But if I may, I'd rather you stop calling me Your Excellency. It was never a fitting title for me to Colonel to begin with, and now I don't even have that. I'd rather you simply call me Sir, like you usually do in the office. I've grown quite fond of it. Your Excellency. I'm sorry. Just while we're here, please let me call you the way I'd like to. The Canon Amalthea who stands before you is a symbol of my failure to truly move forward from the past. And something tells me if this symbol were defeated by you, then it'll finally allow me to put the past where it belongs and be born anew. Very well. Maybe she's got a likable and respectable side after all. Citation needed. You don't have to sound so surprised. Anyways, let's kill you. Your Excellency, I have no intention of holding back. Alright, yeah. So anyways, go away. Wow, that didn't kill him. Enemies are starting to get way more health. You notice that? Funny, I don't feel like I'm particularly underpowered. It just feels like fights are taking long, if that makes any sense. Maybe it's just because there's so many of them in a row, and my sense of time is getting elongated. That's a good question, Blake. I don't know. Okay, she just attacked him and poisoned him. Never mind. Never mind. It was a good question. But alas. Why are you setting mines over there? So why did you just get 4 actions in a row?
There. Not done yet.
I knew I wouldn't stand a chance against you, Your Excellency. The rest of you fought passably as well, I suppose. Thanks. You put up quite a fight yourself. Humph. All of you should make sure you don't get His Excellency's way in battles ahead. You'll be facing the strongest warriors in Libero. He doesn't need you stopping him from fighting at his best. Cano, and it seems there's still something important left for me to do after all. However, I believe that by clearing the trials ahead, I'll finally be able to do it. Thanks to you, I feel ready enough to face those trials head on. You don't have to thank me. I don't think there's anything more I could say for you right now. All I do is pray for you to safely overcome the trials before you return to the real world unharmed. Oh wait, before I go, kiss me! Mwah! Yeah, let's shuffle on to the heart of the fortress. Indeed. Really diligent. Interesting. Honestly, even counting everything we've encountered, I think Amalthea is closest to an objectively bad character in this series. I hesitate to use that word, because obviously there's a lot of ways to do a good character. But Amalthea really is just a simp. You know? This building is the command center. 6, Triaxia. We're about to be 3/4 of the way through 6. Are you with me? It's only when we fight together we overcome the great wall that stands before us and attain victory. What? Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of other characters are questionable, but Amalthea has nothing to offset that. She's just irritating. And I know we've had several one-note characters. She might be the most one-note character. You see a human skeleton that wasn't in there before. We leave immediately. You're causing terrible, terrible damage. Oh god, that's right. This game came out after StarCraft 2. There's a weird thought for you, by the way. This game, in the States, came out after StarCraft 2. Hell, I think this came out after Legacy of the Void. Someone do me a favor. When did Legacy of the Void first come out? Look that up, please. I'm actually curious. Going to be the Repenting Patriot. Isn't that the guy who has to be here? Even unlock this area? Yeah, okay, so Legacy of the Void was out before this came out. Jesus, that's a weird thought. Oh, so here's his office. That would prove useful. Yes. Oh my god, there's his new sprite. And her new sprite. Oh my god, she's hot! Alright, with this many potential sales routes, I have nothing to fear. I'll be able to make my move into the Erebonian capital as soon as I'm ready with this kind of information. You asked us to investigate the current situation with regards to Orbment sales in Erebonia. So I centered my... Thanks for the exposition there, Richard. So I centered my investigation around stores in the region itself. You did a fantastic job. Still, the problem of transport remains. After all, Lord Borden's got his grubby hands all over the international liners already. It's true Borden family has preferential access to 40% of the load capacity of international airliners leaving Libero for Erebonia. However, they are no longer the only available option. They're now private carriers as well. Here's some supplementary materials regarding that issue. Oh my, you certainly come prepared, don't you? Oh, this request ended up taking a little longer than originally anticipated. Consider this a little extra on us in exchange. I like those who think 2 steps ahead. Yeah, no, 40% is crazy. Whoever that is ultra rich, like equivalent of billionaire territory. Sure you don't want to come and work for me? I'll pay you handsomely. I'm certainly flattered you think highly enough of my skills to the offer, but I'm not sure I have what it takes to succeed in the cutthroat world of business, though. I'm a rather timid man, you see. Oh, come now, you can't fool me. Oh well, do keep my offer in mind, if you would. Please allow us to escort you out. Oh, since I have you here, maybe we should give you one more thing to look into. I've already had Simon get started, but I'm not sure if he's up to the task. I'd be happy to help if I can. Will this be another request to research a foreign market? It certainly will. It's a place called Crossbell. This place right here. The Olred State. Okay, I actually don't know where that is. It's an unusual choice. It's quite a small place. That just makes it easier to see as a majority in the market. Small as it is, it's not like it isn't accessible by airliner. But the market might be there is all but free for the taking right now. She wants to research the potential size of the market there, in other words. Shall we focus entirely on the orbit market, or broaden the scope of our investigation and look into the market in general? Market in general. You think you can do it? With ease. I'll get in touch with one of our staff members stationed near the state right away and begin weighing options. That's what I wanted to hear. I'll be back here next week anyway. We can discuss details then. Ta-ta! Olred's quite far inland. The Rains brothers in the general area of the continent? Yeah, they are. I'll get in contact with them later. Thank you. She's not a merchant of bows for nothing, is she? No one's coming in with such interesting, ambitious requests. She's not half as ambitious as you are. I think you may be overestimating me a little there. Can you show our next visitor in? Certainly. Hello there, Ellen. Sorry for dropping in on you again. Just want to get your input on another little thing regarding the city's finances. Oh, that won't be a bother at all. Please take a seat. Baron Norman. Now, you do know that if you don't make the contribution to the weekly fund... Oh, sorry. What exactly can I help you with today? Okay. I was actually wondering why it's called RNA until I realized it's just their frickin' names. Like, the way he keeps talking about it, it sounds like it was a play on R&D, and I guess it is actually a play on R&D, but, like... All seems to be going rather well with the business now, don't you think? It's taking me time to adjust to my days being so peaceful. I do miss having a sense of tension in my life. That's something I'll just have to live with, I'm afraid. We're civilians now, not soldiers. That's true enough. In any case, it's an honor to be able to live and work with you in the city where you were born, Your Excellency. No, I really would prefer if you addressed me as Sir now. My apologies, Sir. No need to apologize. Uh-oh. I think we should go inside. I'm not sure I like the look of that sky. There are trails in it. Sir? Something the matter? Oh, it's nothing of much importance. I just noticed we seem to have mistakenly received another letter intended for the mayor. It's understandable this cat keeps happening, given this building was previously his, but it's a tad troublesome nonetheless. I suppose I better go deliver it to him. Could be something important. Now, sir? Couldn't it wait? It seems like it's going to start raining any minute. It's not too far. Even if it does start raining, I won't be exposed to it for too long. Can I ask you to handle the regular reports in the meantime? Yes, of course. Oh, God. See, the problem is, you've handed me a blank sheet of paper, Mr. Red, because Amalthea has no character other than, I'm evil and I'm thirsty. was sealed in a way we used to use in the intelligence division. The letter itself is a meaningless decoy. The real message is concealed in how the envelope is sealed. It means come to the landing port. Someone from the intelligence division is calling me in hopes of speaking to me. Most likely because they bear a deep-seated resentment towards me and what I did to them. Noir! Oh, I could see that. I haven't you two to go see them. I was their commander. I was the one who pushed their life off the rails and ruined their future. I've been waiting for you. So it was you, Sender. Indeed, good to see you again, Colonel. Pleased to see you're still well. I'm not a colonel anymore, Sender. I feel as though saying as much has become a hobby. No one around me seems willing to correct themselves. Oh, I'm aware, but today I intend to address you as Colonel nonetheless. I called you here because I have something I need to ask you. Hope you can forgive me for forcing you to come out in the weather so poor. If I can answer your questions, I will. Feels like you need to hold back on my account. If you can't accept the answer I give you, by all means say so. I'll get straight to the point. Why'd you leave the army behind, Colonel? What happened to your love for your country? Oh god, that's a good point. Suffolk. We have plenty of female villains, including ostensibly the Grandmaster. Although there's an asterisk there. I see you at least return to the military. I was relieved to see that in truth. You were always an exceptionally capable soldier, even back in the academy. You hadn't had the misfortune of meeting me. If you hadn't had the misfortune of being caught up in my foolishness, you'd probably be a field officer by now. I'm truly sorry about what I did to you. Please don't get me wrong, Colonel. I don't in any way blame you or harbor resentment for what you did. You thought about what was best for the country more than anyone else I know. Your patriotism was genuine and heartfelt. I don't regret following you at all. I'm honored that I could. Murdering civilians was worth it. It's certainly true that doing so has become a significant obstacle in my chances of promotion, but I couldn't care less about that. As long as I can continue to serve the military, to serve the country I love with all my heart, I am happy. Know that I harbor no ill feelings towards you regarding the past. But, what are you doing now? You used to worry for this country's future more than any of us. You cared for it more than any other. Yet instead of picking yourself up and trying to work for your nation again, you left the army behind. Now you're running some sort of company that deals with the rich? Just what happened to your patriotism? Wow, this storm has a great sense of dramatic timing. I beg of you, return to the military. You're a capable man. Those skills of yours would be a valuable asset to the force, and it's where you should be using them. I'm sorry, Sender. I cannot ever return to the army again. Why? Why, Colonel? You've repented more than enough for your actions. Both General Morgan and Brigadier General Bright actively desire your return. I and all the other soldiers would be overjoyed to have you in our ranks again. Why? Why do you look at me with that sad expression and tell me it's not possible, Colonel? Don't you know how I feel? Don't you want to feel my hand upon yours, grasping at it, so you can feel my heartbeat thundering through the palm as I touch yours? And Amalthea shows up. You'll have to kill me to get to him. His heart belongs to one person only, and it's me! And then, like, Sender and Amalthea start dueling. And Richard's like, guys! It's dead. Yeah. Meanwhile, Richard's actually Ace. Aromatic? No. Unromantic? I forget what it's called. You know what I mean. Make no mistake, Sender. I haven't abandoned my love for my country. It burns as brightly in my heart as it ever did. What I did was truly terrible. I organized a coup, destabilizing this nation, disrupting the lives of countless people. Thanks to the help of those around me, I was able to realize what a foolish mistake I made. Yeah, guys, I've got two hands! You can hold this hand! You can hold this hand! It's fine! Yet in my heart, I would feel the exact same way I always did. I'm not sure what you mean. In spite of all that happened, my love for my country is unchanged. I still feel the blind desire to do anything I can to aid Liberal, no matter how reckless or dangerous it may be. I'm the same man I was when I plotted the coup. Not a thing has changed. That thought terrifies me. Then you didn't leave the military because you had lost your love. You're saying you left it because you still love your country. Forgive me, I have no right to be making excuses to you and trying to justify myself. Not after I dragged you down with me and ruined your lives forever. I truly am sorry for what I did to you and all the other members of the division. Please don't misunderstand me. I didn't leave the army in an attempt to run from my own weakness. Nor did I leave it because I'm ashamed of the treatment I received for my actions. After what happened, I thought long and hard about what I should have done instead of what I did, trying to work out where I'd gone wrong. As I did that, I noticed something vitally important I'd failed to realize up until that point. After setting up the intelligence division, I began gathering information and using it to protect Kubera. And think about it now, I didn't know the first thing about the nature of the information at the time. Information isn't something that exists alone. It only exists when people use it and see it as something of worth. Furthermore, the value of information can change drastically or radically depending on the position and perspective of those who look at it. I can't help but wonder if overlooking the simple fact would cause my patriotism to start becoming more of a force for harm than good. Somewhere along the line, I started to believe that only information I saw was as valuable as any had any importance. As a result, I ended up wanting power in order to compensate for the weakness of my own heart. Yes, thinking back, I think I really needed a different perspective through which to view information. One separate from the military. One that doesn't see a country or ways of people or life as a system or numbers and absolutes. I need to be collecting information disadvantageous to Liberl rather than cast it all aside. I need to view us and the surrounding nations in a variety of lights while collecting a wide variety. Hang on. Sorry, this is the wrong song for this scene. It's okay. I have the correct song for this scene. I needed to view us while the surrounding nations in a variety of lights while collecting a wide variety of information from a freer perspective. So you believe the company you're running now is capable of doing that? I do! I can't say for sure this will allow me to avoid repeating my past mistakes. Perhaps there was something more important that I could have been doing before giving thought to any of this to begin with. But in the end, I came to the conclusion... Okay, this doesn't work. The in-game music's just too loud. I came to the conclusion that Liberl needs a fresh perspective, and I resolved to leave the army and... Oh my god, shut up! Blah, blah, blah. You're a coward. No doubt every word you're saying is objectively correct. That's how you've always been. There's never been room for rebuttal in your arguments. But, Colonel, you're also no longer the man who swore to forge this kingdom's future with his own two hands. Goodbye, Colonel. We'll never meet again. Jesus, what a pansy ass. Not true at all, Cinder. I've chosen the path I believe in. But even I don't know for certain what I'm doing is correct. I'm terrified of the possibility of making the wrong choice. I worry the road I walk may be the makings of another grave mistake. Shinra music! This one have the same power that Bright does. I am hopeless. Sir? You'll have to come out here in the rain. You should return to the office. He'll catch cold staying out much longer. I'm sure he's just having trouble coming to terms with his new life. He can't forget. I wasn't expecting to end this up quite this soaked. You talked for like an hour. Okay, exaggeration. But God, of course you're soaked. You just stood in the rain while you were like... This brings back fond memories of the survival training. Little rain never hurt anybody. You're just gonna get sick, dude. Encrypted call. Yes, it's me. Can you please stop calling me that? Okay, that's the first line I've liked in this whole thing. We don't even hear the other side of the dialogue. We just hear, could you please stop calling me that? The Eastern Quarter. We don't have anyone there yet. Thinking about it. Alright, I'll look into it best I can. Be careful. Another Jaeger Corps entered the Eastern Quarter. Sizable one, too. The Red Constellation. Really? There seems to be a lot of activity on the Jaeger's front of late. Their arrival makes it very likely the power struggle there will begin to worsen, too. I doubt the old intelligence division network is going to be sufficient to fully stay on top of the situation. I think I may have to head there personally. We're done! Right? Right? Please, 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 please. No! No! God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why? What did I do to deserve this? Nothing about my love for my country has changed. Nothing at all. Is it even possible for me to find and walk the right path? Is it possible for any mortal to forge the correct path through life? I don't know. But all I can do is follow the path I believe in. No, I'll tell you the exact music that they are intending for this scene, okay? Like, I will show you, okay? Because I was just joking with the Shinra theme. The real theme they're going for here is this. I don't know, but all I can do is try to follow the path I believe in. The path, Jesus Christ, the sentence structure. All I can do is try to follow the path I believe to be right in hopes that I'm not mistaken. Believing in those who have supported me and worked to right my wrongs. Now that's the tone they're going for. They just don't know what music direction is yet, apparently. Seeing off their superiors is the duty of the subordinate. Perhaps the military, but that's no longer the world we live in. Are you sure you're not in the military? Maybe if you say it 70 more times. I'm sick of it, Terra. I'm so goddamn sick of it. Sorry, that was me actually losing my temper for a second. Not at you. Nobody knows how to shut up in this goddamn game. I'm not reading this out loud. I don't respect this enough to read all this drivel out loud. You have successfully taken a character I actually liked a lot and gave multiple positives to, even in the first game, and just vomited on the page. He has been repeating himself constantly. And I mean word for word in several cases. Hello, Sieg. Scree! Don't you sit on His Excellency's arm as if it's your own personal property. That's my arm! Only I'm allowed to sit on his arm. Glare. Scree? Please, Kano, no need to glare at him like that. Please stop calling me Your Excellency. Scree, scree. Richard noticed there's a note. It's addressed to me. A note? For me? A letter from HQ. As a military HQ. What's the Royal Guard's carrier falcon doing bringing a message to you? Who knows? Its rider's a real slave driver, though. Thank you for delivering this, Sieg. Let him know I accept his request. Scree! Sir, was that? See for yourself. Best of luck with your little trip. We'd like to know what the Red Constellation is up to, so we appreciate looking at it for us on the side. Honestly, I hope you don't think this information is going to come cheap, Brigadier General. How many of you are familiar with a movie? Especially you, Terra, because I want to make a point here. It's called Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. You've probably never heard of it. It's this brand new film. It's some, like, God, you know those random ass sci-fi movies from the 70s? It's one of those. For real though, let me zoom into specifics rather than speak in generics, okay? One of the edits that was made to that film by, I can't remember her name, Barbara, I think? Great editor. Was of the Battle of Yavin, specifically. Originally, the Battle of Yavin was going to be roughly twice as long as it is. Now, picture that for just a second. Picture it in your head, okay? You know. Just going over the surface, some basic fighting. Okay, there's the trench run. We start our first trench run. We're going down. There's blasts coming from us. The blasts, they've stopped. Vader shows up. And then, no, the first one's taken out. And then they go to make their second run. The second run makes a little bit further, and it's like, oh crap, there's no time for another run. Luke's gotta go, and then that's the final run, and that's it. Now imagine doubling that length. I'm making a very specific point here, because the argument can be made, which I think Kara is trying to make, that there's still good stuff there. And there's still good stuff in the Battle of Yavin. But doubling, it just more trench runs. It was just more trench runs. But doubling the length of the Battle of Yavin kind of twists it. You know what I mean? It gets harder to appreciate the good that's there. Kidding, Dakota. Because you're just kind of tired of it by the end of it. And so it gets harder to enjoy any of the good that is present because it's just, oh, we're doing another trench run. Okay. Okay, they're done. Oh, they're doing another trench run. Okay. By the way, this isn't hyperbole. This is the actual truth. The Battle of Yavin really was going to be about twice as long, and it was just extra trench runs. The logic, as usual, was from a story-building perspective. This is one of the things I talked about earlier. The reasoning was, logically speaking, in Reality Land, it would probably take multiple attempts at the trench in order to really be able to get to the target and get a fighter in position and get the targeting in, and then get the shot through, right? There's a logic to that. But it's, as I said, as I ranted about yesterday. Yeah, exactly. As I ranted about yesterday, it's the audience matters. In fact, the audience is arguably the point. And if you have to make something more realistic to make it more boring, then you have failed. It doesn't matter that Colonel Richards really is going through all this stuff. It doesn't matter that he would sit there pontificating to himself internally, or over-explaining himself to the dude as he's doing so, or spending way too much words and way too much time explaining it. It doesn't matter how much sense that makes, because it still makes it boring. To us, the audience, the people reading it. You get my point. Honestly, I would argue the Battle of Yavin was actually reasonably realistic as it was. It was a very last-minute, last-ditch, oh crap, and frankly, only succeeded because of the Force, which is very thematically on point. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just got spam from Comcast. Here's the funny part. I don't have Comcast. I'm 10 minutes into my lunch break now, so I'm going to go do that.